Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Skool Morning Show. It is Taco Tuesday. I'm Eric. I'm here with Jenna, and this is usually the part where I say something to make you laugh, but I can't think of anything because it's been a crazy day. So there you go. That's all I got. That's all I got. Sorry.
Nice. Well, I have a few jokes today. Today we're going to be, I woke up, I had coffee, and now I have a million dad jokes to share with you guys.
Oh
today,
my
too.
God. So I guess my fart joke was appropriate then.
Yes, I guess so. So why was the mother cow really tired after giving birth?
Why?
Because she was decaffeinated.
literally decaffeinated.
Yes. So
I like
today is going to be a little bit crazy, but there is a purpose for it. When I do these kinds of things, it's like I'm so, I don't know. Some people like on TikTok would probably say I have like the tism or something. I'm very like there is a purpose to this.
We are one and the same.
Yeah. So remember, if you want to chat with us live, to go to the post and What is School and comment there.
Mm-hmm. And I will throw your comment up on the screen here because you are as part of the show just as much as we are. We want to hear from you. So please comment in What is School under that post. I'll throw it up on screen. Answer any questions, concerns. If you think we need to get some more rest and you want to tell us, well, I'll throw it up on screen.
Okay. Yes, tell us what to do. Today we are going to be going over something every single schooler should know how to do. Like,
yes.
It doesn't matter who's on school. I really do mean that, yes, every single one. If it's your community owner, if you're an admin, if you're a moderator, if you're a growth operator, if you're running ads, it is something that if you just wanted to be a good member to, like, for the communities that you're in, this is something that everybody should know. And so one of the things that we haven't done in the past is I am actually going to ask you guys to, like, not to gatekeep this episode. Please share it with every schooler that you want to see win. That's
a pretty big deal because how long have we been doing this? Like a week and a half. We haven't asked you to share it once, so this is a big one.
Yeah, if you want to hit like, you can. Like I do know with YouTube's algorithm, and this is something that you should be doing with your own stuff. If you're doing a live, make sure you ask people to like, because that actually pushes the live out to more people. YouTube is really interested in seeing what people hit the like button on. So if you want to do us a favor, you can like those. But I do want to make sure that, don't keep this episode, because this episode is going to help a lot of people when it comes to being able to know exactly what their audience wants.
Yes.
Yes. So if you are just jumping in, letting you know, we are going to be doing some dad joke times throughout this. And this is to help kind of break it up, because it is going to be a lot of like in-depth stuff. And I will also share at the very end why we do this dad joke time while I'm sharing all of it. So today we already did our first joke. And now I have another question for you, Eric.
Okay. I would love a good dad joke as a dad.
All right. Which is faster, hot or cold?
Oh, that's a hard one. Okay, just tell me.
Okay, it's hot because you can catch a cold. Yes, I know.
I'm writing all these down. I'm gonna tell my kids later.
All right, perfect. Now, what I want you guys to do as you're watching this is I do want you to watch to understand what we're talking about. I know there's a lot of temptation to be like, oh no, I gotta pause, or I have to rewind, or anything like that. This is something you can watch it. There is going to be a replay to this. In fact, later this evening in the What is School post, I'm going to be dropping a checklist. Sometime this evening, it's not going to be early in the evening, but it's going to be later in the evening, that you can just go through and follow along and make sure that every time you go and try to figure out more of the answers and like what questions they're actually asking, you'll be able to just check that off so you don't feel like you're forgetting anything, because that can happen a lot of these times, right?
Yeah, especially when today's like today, when you're going to be giving out a lot of information, you might want to watch it a couple times.
And I'm going to do a lot of screen sharing. So if the ticker's at the bottom, we're relying on Eric a little bit today too for that. So newsflash for you. But I need you to pop this GIF up. I know I call it a GIF.
GIF.
I know.
Make it a little bit bigger. What
So
do you want?
Yeah, what do you want? Sometimes it feels like you just want to ask your members, what do you want? What? Just tell me. And they're like, they don't know either. That's sometimes the problem. They know you're the expert. That's why they're there. Or maybe you're just starting out and you're like, well, I am the expert, but I really don't know what people want. I do know a lot about this subject. But you're just not sure what questions they have. What are they going to need to know? So we are going to go over a good amount of ways that you can figure this out. This question is going to be able to be answered on what do your people want. So
here, let me pull this down. I'm getting lost in Ryan Gosling's eyes. Hold on, I got to take this off. It's getting too distracting for me. I'm going to have to take that away. Is that The Notebook? I don't even know. I've never seen that movie.
I think it is The Notebook. Don't watch it. It made me cry. And I don't cry at movies very much.
Oh, wow.
So, all right, I'm going to screen share. And we're going to go over, let me make sure I'm screen sharing the right thing. Earlier, I think it was on Sunday, I shared the schedule for this week. And so I needed to find somebody to make this information for. So if you go to What is School, it is going to be this post right here. It says schedule for the Skool Morning Show this week. Drop your about pages. We are reviewing 2 about pages tomorrow. And so what I did was I just came down here because somebody was already following instructions, putting their link and exactly what their ideal members are. So this was easy for me to know exactly who I could help right now. And so she doesn't know that I'm doing this for her. This is a surprise. And so if you're watching this, say hi in the post. And then also we will end up sending this to you. Now, I think one thing I forgot to do is I forgot to pin the post.
Yeah, make sure you comment on the post because we will be picking 2 people, not just 1, 2 to review.
Yes, exactly. And so let me pin this because I usually forget. That's the one thing it's a million things going on while we're doing this. All right. So I picked hers, and her community is called Embody Her Glow. So if you're interested in this, if you're dealing with perimenopause, then go to Wood School, click on it, and you'll come over to her community. And it was easy for me to figure out what she's doing, like what she's trying to help people with, because she put it right here in the group description. It's for women 40 plus navigating perimenopause. Okay.
I like that. I like that she's calling out her people like right off the bat.
And I didn't have to try to watch this. I didn't have to read through everything. It's even in the very first thing. It's like I could go, okay, this is what I could search. So the next thing that you're going to do when we're going through and finding out all of the information that we need is we're going to go ahead and make ourselves a Google Doc. So on that Google Doc, I always title it, I put perimenopause question research for Gabby, because I'm going to send this to Gabby afterwards. And I also like to put, I put YouTube outliers. This is what we're going to look at. We're going to look at Amazon book reviews. We're going to go to Google, people also ask, YouTube questions, prompt, and then the results.
And what's the goal with all of this?
All of this is to find the questions that your people are asking. Okay. Your audience are already asking questions out in the world. Now, there's a few things that you can do. The first thing is go and find the questions, but then you can also go answer the questions. You can answer the questions where you're, like if we're in YouTube, you can answer the questions there. And then you can also make all of your content based off of this. Yesterday, we talked about going live. And going live was something that we mentioned. You would want to have some questions prepared in case if you're just starting out, you don't have people asking questions for you. So you'll have all of the questions that are going to hit the algorithm, and it's based off of what people are actually asking. So this is what, and this is the reason why I do it in this format. Like I put YouTube outliers up here and YouTube questions down here, is that this is going to be a messy document. And it's okay that it's a messy document. Don't worry about that. Okay. This is just gathering information. You can make it pretty and neat later, but this is just the research page. All right. So the next thing that you're going to want to do is you want to make sure that you go and you install what's called vidIQ.
It's awesome.
No.
Everybody needs it.
Everybody should have vidIQ. And there's going to be a free version and there's a paid version. I'm going to show you why I pay for the paid version, or at least one reason why, because there's a few other reasons. But
I would say it's worth it to get the paid version. I only have the free version, and it still does a lot. But yeah, what you're going to show, I would get the paid probably.
Right. So it is a browser extension. You can see it right up here. I have vidIQ, and it is working for me. That's why it says 404 over here, because I made sure that it showed me like what it looks like. And it's like, I'm confused. You're already signed in. So yeah, this page is confused at the moment. But vidIQ, you want to have it in your extensions. And then what you would do, by the way, the pricing isn't too bad, in my opinion. It is $19 a month if you're paying monthly, and then yearly, this is what it looks like.
And we're not affiliates, by the way, although we probably should be.
Right? I'm like, do they have an affiliate program? I don't know.
I think they do.
Yeah. So what you'll do now, and I'm just going to exit out of these so I don't confuse mine, is I just searched, because since hers was about perimenopause, I searched perimenopause inside of the YouTube. And I'm going to come up here to where it says filters. And I already have some things on here. So I'm like, I don't want to see any shorts and I don't want to see any lives. It's just videos. And I put it published date last year because it is like a very niche topic for this. And it's going to show me for the first few pages, the outliers, which means, do you want to explain what that means? Because I know you know about that.
Yeah. So an outlier for a video, when you're looking at a video that let's say you got 1 million views, and you say, okay, maybe that's an idea that I want to use. But if you look at that person's channel, maybe they normally get 5 million views. So they got 1 million view video. That's actually not good for them. That actually did worse for them. So that's not a video that you necessarily want to replicate. But let's say you find a video that has 1 million views, but that person normally gets 100,000. Well, that's a 10x outlier. So that's a video idea that you know would work really well for you probably. So when we're searching for outliers, that's what's going to pop up. It's videos that did better for that particular person, if that makes sense.
Yes. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take a screenshot of this right here, because this is information that you'll want. You're going to come up here and just paste it. Okay. And you can, with these pictures, you can also use them later when we go through the prompt. But this is the first thing that I'm going to do. And so now we've already gone through YouTube, and I'm going to go ahead and switch this over here because we're going to go ahead and jump into Amazon, because otherwise if we did the YouTube questions, it would get too messy to get to the Amazon book reviews.
Right.
All right. So what I did was I went to books and I searched up perimenopause book. So as we're looking at all of these, we're looking for reviews. So this one has a good amount of reviews, but what I really want to look for is I want to see if I can find one that has like this many reviews, right? So the new menopause, and so it's got 4,448 global ratings, and there are a few bad reviews there too, which is good. That is what we want to look for. We want to find ones that have bad reviews. And then this one has some. So we're going to look at this one first. So I'm going to come over here, and we're going to go just straight down to the review section. And I'm going to click on the 1 star. Man, I forgot. I have to sign in. I'm not signing in. All right. So we're just going to look down here. So what you would normally do is you would sign in to try to find all of the bad reviews, all of the ones where people have a complaint. So I won't be able to show you that because there's no way I'm signing in and showing my address on here. I even actually put it, like you'll see at the top, I put it for school's zip code because nope, not
So
online in my showing
what's the
everybody.
idea when we're seeing the bad reviews? What are we trying to get out of it?
Okay, perfect question. See, this is what you need. You just need an Eric to ask you the right questions, right? So what you're doing is when you're coming to these 1, 2-star, 3-star, and even the 4-star, and you can sometimes find it in 5 stars as well. You want to see what this person, the person that wrote the new menopause book, you want to see everyone's critiques of it, because a lot of times they'll mention like what it's missing. So if you already have read this book and you know, okay, they did a great job talking about all of these things, but what would have made the book complete for the people that left these 4-star, 3-star, and 1-star? Because that is the missing gap. That is the people that if someone's already like trying to find help and they're going to be viewing, what's her name, Mary, they're going to be looking at Mary as the expert. They're going to also now look at you as even more of the expert because you were able to answer what Mary said and all the things that were missing in her book. Same thing with like, this one just cracks me out. It's What Fresh Hell Is This? What a title. So you can come back down here and you'll just click to the reviews. You'll see that there are also some 4-star, 3-star, 1-star. And it's to help you really understand.
Can I give an example?
Go ahead.
Okay, so for example, let's say you see a 1-star review and they say, I would have loved this book, but I was actually, just sticking with perimenopause, I was looking for a way to help my irregular periods or something, and this book didn't cover it. So that would be a great video idea or a great question that you can answer for your stuff, for your content, for your post, because you know that's that person that commented that. They're also your ideal member because they're trying to read a book that's trying to answer their questions and it didn't. So there's a perfect piece of content that you can make.
Yes. In fact, there's not very many that would have like bad reviews right here. So I'm just seeing if I can find an example of somebody. The last one, it was saying, I wish I had more info. Mostly bullet points. Looks like it was made by AI. So see, peeps, this is a person that would be actually ideal, because if you're looking to have a community on this and you're going to be the one writing your posts, you're not going to be just like copy pasting things from ChatGPT or whatever. This person is looking for something that's like a real information. And so they're going to be wanting that kind of connection. Something was missing, but she enjoyed reading it. That's interesting. He bought it for his wife, and she felt like something was missing. So if you go through there, you'll find a lot of good information. Just make sure you're logged into your Amazon.
Exactly.
So I'm going to put a note here. Log into Amazon and find bad reviews as the note. Okay. So the next thing that you'll do is, let's see. Oh, look at me. I'm doing both. I'm doing banners.
You don't need
and
me.
this.
You don't need me at all.
No, I do. I do need you to be here. Because I would forget some stuff for sure. So we go to Google and we're going to search the term perimenopause. And this is all great information, very cool, but that's not what we want. We want to come down to this special section called People Also Ask. And if you didn't know this already, how to feel your best during perimenopause. What you would do is you just click down and then click back up. And we're just going to keep doing that because now it's showing all these questions. And look, now we have all the questions that people are asking on Google. And we didn't have to do any kind of like special thing. It's just we Googled a word and we also looked up all the different questions that they might want. So what are the 4 stages of perimenopause? What's the biggest indicator of perimenopause? What are the 7 signs of perimenopause? So you're just getting tons of questions that Google already knows because everybody's coming to Google to ask these questions. And you have like this just wealth of information right here. These are all like titles for YouTubes too, by the way.
Yep.
These are all questions that you can answer on a live when you do like a Q&A. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put people also ask and just copy this. You could go on for a very long time and just make a huge thing, but for the sake of this video or for this show, we're going to just put it all in here. What does Jennifer Aniston do for menopause? That's interesting.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that's what I want to know. I'm going to delete that part. So now we have like more information. Like this is what people are searching. Pre-menopause. So sometimes that's a really good thing to realize is that some people are writing pre-menopause instead of perimenopause.
Ooh.
So
yeah.
that's like a good nugget. So if in her, like for your about page, you might also write pre-menopause because some people might not know to write perimenopause.
Just to get that keyword in there, even if it may not necessarily be the correct way to say it, but that might be what people are searching.
Yeah, because some people don't know the perimenopause word. So the next thing that we will do is we're going to be going back to YouTube, okay? And look at you. You got it?
I know. I'm trying to help.
Now, this is so funny. It says no views on here. I'm like, what? That's not true, first of all. So it was like a little glitch from YouTube. But you're going to come and still look at the perimenopause as the search for YouTube. Go down here and just look at all these different ones. What you're doing as you're looking through this, and I would not click on any shorts. So one thing we could do is click on filters and do videos. So that's going to really help us. So we're going to look at all these and then choose a few. I already went ahead and chose some because what I did was I clicked on this first one. One, because I wanted to see how many views it actually got. And then
this is the secret sauce right here.
Yeah. The other thing that you can do when you're trying to find other videos is look at the sidebar. So I went ahead and found this one as well. And then I found this one from there, which this is also a good point. Like the Diary of a CEO, he did this one, but it's on menopause. Your people that are looking up like perimenopause are still going to also be watching things on menopause as well. So we're going to come back over here. And what you're going to do is because we have vidIQ, remember we downloaded that extension. We're going to come over here and just select contains questions. And so the reason why we want contains questions as our filter is because they just watched these experts talk about perimenopause, the signs, symptoms, and solutions. So you should already know all of this if this is what you're talking about. But what did they miss that people still have questions on? Now, rather than, and this is like a temptation, especially when it's like your subject, the temptation is to just go read through there and try to find the right questions. We are not going to do that. We are going to just take from the very top. We are not reading any of these yet. We are just going to continue to scroll and highlight because if you do that, you'll get to the point where you end up spending way too much time. This is not supposed to be taking you a bunch of time.
Yep. This is our messy idea research phase.
Yes. So see how messy all of that looks? It doesn't matter. I don't care because I'm going to use AI to like filter through all the crap.
I would also like to add that you can do this with the free vidIQ. With this little section, the outliers part, you do need the pro. But for this particular set part, you can do it with the free version.
Yep. And even though hers is up at the top, I'm still going to just copy all of this. And it doesn't matter. Sometimes people will be like, well, the question in there was just not really a question. It doesn't matter. I don't care. I am just going to continue. And sometimes they go even longer.
That's a lot of questions.
There's a lot. This one had a lot of comments. This is what we like to see.
I mean, we've already got enough content for the next few months just with this.
Yes. And this is what everybody should be doing before they start their own school, right? And so we're just going to stop right here because there's still more. And you could go get more if you want. But we're just going to go ahead and paste from a different video. Let's see if it will paste. Oh, come on. All right. There we go. Now we have, see, there's like 65 pages.
Wow.
All right, we're going to come down to the bottom and click again. So now we have 1, 2 videos. We're going to exit out of those. And if you want to do something really cool, this is what I'm going to show you on this one. Is you can come over here and click more. And you can go show transcript. Now, in the past before vidIQ, I would have to like click this and then copy and then scroll all the way down. And because this video is, okay, it's under, like if it goes over 2 hours, sometimes ChatGPT freaks out and goes, this is too long. But what I can do is I can copy the transcript. So I'm going to copy the transcript. You don't need the timestamp, so I just hit copy transcript. And if I was doing this in this manner, so I could go to ChatGPT and say, this is what the video was on, right? And put this transcript in there. And then I'd be like, these are the missing questions. So I'll ask, write me a full script to talk about what she's talking about, and then also write me all this information, like all the questions people still had that were missing from what she talked about.
Yeah.
So that's one way to do it. I'm not going to do it for this one just because that transcript would be hella long for this document.
Yeah.
But that is one thing I do want to make sure people understand they can do is like if you're trying to do more research, you can take the transcript from the video, get all the bullet points on what it was talking about, and then also what was missing. So we clicked contains questions. There is a lot of comments on here. So this is like this is a golden kind of thing. And in fact, I wanted to point out this one. So this caught my eye. This person wrote, my spouse and I are separating after 25 years of marriage and 28 years together. Why? I boil it down to menopause. I helped him through a decade of Lyme disease issues. I was his patient advocate to the point that doctors and I emailed each other to help with his care from fitness, diet, and naturopath to specialist. I'm a year into menopause and I'm too much. It breaks my heart. This is like someone that you want to speak to. Like this is something that you could make a whole video about. Be like, I was in the comments the other day. This is how I would do it. Like if I was making a video on it, I was in the comments the other day on a YouTube where they were talking about menopause, and this woman just was talking about how her and her husband are separating after 25 years of marriage because she's just too much. If you've ever felt like you're too much, then I want to let you know that you're not. You are able to come into this community. You're going to be a place where you're not too much, and we will be able to relate with you. We're all going through the same thing. We have different things that can help you with handling it, but I want you to know you're not crazy. I want you to know you're not alone. Like those are the things that you would do, and these kinds of questions when you are able to find them. Because even it showed it as a question because she put why right here, which is nice, right?
Yeah.
But this is something that you're able to do in your research is find those kind of stories, and you can talk about them even though she didn't leave it. You can just say, I was on a YouTube and I saw a comment, and then that's where you talk about it. So, and see, she's already gotten a lot of responses and probably a lot of support from people. But again, we're going to come up here and we're just going to go ahead and copy all of this as it loads. All right. Do. Yeah.
Skool Morning Show. Everybody.
Yeah. Ever since you sang that when we first started talking about doing this Skool Morning Show, I've had that stuck in my head. So anytime I hear, what's it called? The Pink Pony Show or something?
Pink Pony Club. Yeah.
I just start the Pink Pony Club. Okay. So yeah, I just start singing the Skool Morning Show, and I'm like, oh, great. All right. So we're just going to copy wherever it stopped. So we could just hit copy, come back over here, and we're going to hit paste and give it a moment to catch up. All right. So now that we have all of this information, here's a simple prompt. You can get even more detailed with your prompts if you want, and you're going to take it to AI. So I'm going to say, copy this first, come over to ChatGPT and paste it. And then I'm going to say, here is all the information I found. And I'm actually probably going to do this just through it. No, I'm not going to do it through Doc. I found in the questions. Under YouTube. We'll just do the YouTube ones. You can put the whole doc in here by clicking add files more, but I don't know what that'll show.
Right.
If I pop it up. So,
just copy and paste everything over.
The subject was perimeno. Now I gotta remember how it's spelled.
It'll know. I misspell stuff all the time in ChatGPT. It'll know.
Yeah. Sometimes. Sometimes you can get it really off. Okay. So I'm going to take this and I'm just going to scroll all the way up. And I'm also going to take these because it'll be fine. It'll know that I also asked Google. And I could put the outliers, but I don't feel like doing that right now. So, unless it's right here. It's actually right here. Okay. So it's going to make its own little thing because it was a lot. So I'm just going to take this and put this over here. Plus the YouTube outliers.
So you're just feeding it all of this information that we just researched.
Mm-hmm. And so then I'm just going to hit enter. Let it give it some time.
It's pretty fast, actually.
Mm-hmm. Now I do pay for ChatGPT, so. All right, so it's going to give me all of this information. Let's see. And don't be afraid to tell it like it's wrong or it's not giving you what you want. Or if you want more. That's the other part is like it will. And by the way, I'll put that prompt in when I put the checklist. I'll put the prompt inside that checklist this evening when I add it to the What is School post. Ryan said something cool in the comments if you want to read it or pull it up while we're doing this.
Ryan, I used to work with Diary of a CEO. That's pretty awesome.
That's awesome. What do you feel like is one thing that everyone should know about Diary of a CEO?
You're asking me?
All right. No, I'm asking Ryan to share if he wants to share if he's still watching. So what are they actively searching for? This is what we want to look up. Like, how do I know if I'm in perimenopause? What are the stages? Can I test myself? This is where we want, we got all this information. So what I would do here is that I'm just going to go ahead and say, please give me, let's go with 30 questions that they would ask in their voice. Make it a full question.
I'm going to pull this up while you're doing that. Ryan says they run an 80-20 on their content output, so they do 80% of the things at work and 20% of the things that they experiment on. That's a good way to do it. It's a good way to do it.
Okay, so I said make it a full question that would pick up on algos for social media. So it's going to go ahead and do that. And see, all of these questions right now are what you would want to read out loud and then answer. Because every single time you read this question out loud and then you answer it, you can use that as a short. If you're on a live, as you're reading it out loud, you're telling the algorithm who you want to help. And anybody that's ever asked these, they're going to be able to be found by the algorithm, and it's going to show them, because that's what they want. The algorithms are there to help you get your people because they want those people to stay on their platform, right? So it's there to work for you. The reason why I say 30 is because now, guess what? You have 30 days worth of shorts, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Which
So
is a
many
whole
people,
month.
that's the number one complaint I hear people say. It's like, well, I don't know what content to make. I don't know what to do. But really, you don't have an excuse now because, I mean, this gives you everything you need for a long, long time.
Exactly. And so what I'm going to do for her is I'm just going to go ahead and click share. Do-do-do. Once it lets me do this, I'll just do copy link because I am going to give her this document since this is already done for her. I'll just put all of your results right here. You could come into the whole thing and just like copy all of this. So like what I would probably do is I'm not going to copy all of this stuff because that's a lot, but I would copy these because I am going to want to use those if I am making a live. So I'll put 30 questions to remind myself, because a lot of times I talk to people and they've done research, but then they lost it.
Yeah.
And it's like, what? That was wasted time then. Like you may have gotten some information, but you do actually want to keep it and use it.
Mm-hmm. So we got Google, we got YouTube comments, YouTube outliers. We've got Amazon negative reviews to get questions. There's so many different ways. Reddit's another good one. You could do the same thing, like go to the perimenopause subreddit. Lots and lots of questions in there too. I mean, lots of different ways.
Yeah, and so I'm going to stop sharing my screen, but if you want that checklist of how we go through this, it will be added to the same post that we have here. And I would suggest everyone do this. Like no matter how many times you've done research and you've wanted to, like you feel like you understand, you've had your people tell you, you would want to go do this anyways because there might be things that your audience hasn't even thought to ask, right?
Right.
So these questions can help you also create content for your community. And I know I was going to break it up with a little bit more with some more dad jokes. Should we do one more dad joke?
Please tell as many dad jokes as you like.
Okay. All right. So what's the difference between the black-eyed peas and chickpeas?
What?
Black-eyed peas can sing us a song. Chickpeas can hum us one. Yeah. So, I know, it's so corny.
That's
right?
a thinker. That's a thinker.
So why all the dad jokes? Part of this is because when you get into this research mode, you might be tempted to start to write things almost like in a blog format. You might be tempted to do a little bit of what some people would call like thought leadership, where you're teaching or you're lecturing. But instead, what you could do, like if you're trying to take these questions and put them into your community, you need to keep it lighthearted. You need to keep it engaging and where you guys are getting to have fun or actually just talk serious about something. But it's not where you're like, I'm going to answer this one question about menopause. And it's like, why do I feel like such a B word? And you just put all these, like, you just start stating all these facts as if you are AI. And instead you could be like, hey, why do you ever feel like you're just, nobody understands you, that people feel like you're too much? And what are some of the things that you felt? And you could ask them that. And then it's a discussion. You could have a whole call. You could have an entire like school live where you go, this is the too much call, right? And you guys get to just share like how it feels where nobody understands you in your real life and like what you're going through. And then other ways, like maybe there's somebody that's felt that and they can go in there and they can say, hey, this is how I communicated this with my family, so that they could kind of get a little bit of an idea. Like there's tons of things that for me, like back pain, instead of just saying like, I feel like I was hit by a train, right? I actually have described to my mom, I'm like, it feels like somebody took an ice pick and they just jabbed it right in between my discs on my back. And then she's like, she can actually visualize, oh, so you're in that much pain. I'm like, yeah, that's probably why my face looks like I have resting like bee face all the time, because I'm in pain. So those are those things where I could have a conversation, because you're wanting to talk with your people. That's what most people miss when it comes to the post, is they forget you're trying to have a conversation. You're not trying to lecture someone,
Yeah.
you know?
Talk with them, not talk at them.
Right, exactly. That's actually something that we try to explain when people get confused inside Schoolers. They're like, why did this get deleted for thought leadership? And it's like, you might have great information to teach everybody, and this might be like your passion. You want to share everything with us, but that's not what Schoolers is for, you know?
Right, exactly.
It's not where everybody comes to teach. It's where everybody comes to talk and share, you know?
Speaking of, like you said, you feel like you've been hit by a train, like that's a really good reason to do that research that we just did, because you're getting to understand the language that your future members speak. Like what words do they say? Like, you know, because that'll help you kind of figure out how to talk to them once you read all of those questions and complaints that they're already saying. Like, you're getting an idea of how to talk to them.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. In fact, that's what they're looking for a lot of the times, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's why, like, imagine if you are Gabby's ideal audience and you're out there and you're feeling like, oh, I need just somebody to talk to, right? Mm-hmm. So who do they go to first? They usually go to YouTube, right?
Yeah. And so when you're saying words that, you know, when you're answering these questions, they're gonna feel like you're reading their mind, because you kind of are, because you've already done the research and found out what their problems are.
Yeah. In fact, this is one of my favorite phrases, right? When I tell people to go do this kind of stuff, it's because I want you to be the person that they're paranoid about. Like, you need to be the FBI that was in their phone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
and
great.
All right, so let's go see. Did we have any questions in the chat?
Yeah, we actually got quite a few that I want to share. Let me bring this one up real quick. Okay. This one, I just want to share this so everybody just knows. Hold on one second. Let me pull this up. This one here, let me take our faces off. Ricardo asked, can we come back and watch this later? Yes. With the doc you were using, yes. Do you know what time you're going to share that?
So the doc I'm using, I won't be sharing the perimenopause one, but I will share a blank version.
Okay.
And then I'm also going to share a checklist too. So that's going to be, let's plan on it being probably like 6 p.m. Central Time.
Okay, great. So everybody come back later, check that out.
And these are all recorded, by the way.
Yes.
So all of these are still on the YouTube channel.
Yep, they're going to live on YouTube forever.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ricardo did his very first messy first live. Congratulations. Woo-hoo! That's so awesome. That's the idea, guys. We want you to start going live like this. Start going live on YouTube, TikTok, whatever platform you prefer. It's the future. So that's really exciting. And congrats on doing that. Let me get another comment up here, because we got quite a few today. 1 second. This is Jennifer talking about when I said you don't have an excuse anymore for making content, but that's my number 2 excuse.
I like it. That's funny.
Oh, that's awesome. I mean, honestly, same. So I can't really say too much. Here's another good comment from Edwin. Let me pull that up. I wish I had a faster way to do this, but I guess it's not too slow.
It's not slow. You're fast at this.
Edwin says, wow, that's brilliant to use the asked section on the Google searches. That is really smart. I've always used the answer the public, but I think this way is actually a little bit faster to do it this way.
And so I know I paid like lifetime for answer the public, but I use this Google, the people also ask section way more, because I feel like their whole point is to try to keep you on Google, you know?
Yeah.
So they're like using Google as the search, because Google really doesn't want to become, they don't want to become irrelevant to AI, because most people are going to AI too. So if Google is really trying to make sure that they are the search engine, they're going to give you the best information in that people also ask section.
Exactly.
And that's also there to think about it. Like, if somebody's asking this, they might be like, you might not be asking the right question, or this might be the question that you also meant to ask. So it's a lot of gold in that section.
Yeah, I haven't thought to use that one, so I appreciate that little nugget. Jennifer's talking about that YouTube comment was heartbreaking and rage-inducing. Yeah, yeah. It definitely does show a need, though. Yeah, you can get so many ideas for how to talk to your people, how to get content ideas just from those YouTube comments alone. So that by itself is enough, probably.
Yeah, and you can think about, since they're openly sharing, some people get nervous about whether or not they should have would people feel comfortable in a group coaching thing? If they can write a comment on a YouTube and share that they're losing their marriage after 25 years, then yes, there are people that are going to be okay with group coaching, especially if you do it in a private setting,
Exactly.
Group coaching is probably one of the best too, because as the owner, you're going to be using your time and you're going to be answering questions that other people might not even know to ask yet.
Yeah. And what we're doing here, this is what's so great before you even start a school community. Because you may not necessarily have actual people to talk to yet.
Yep. Alrighty.
Well, I got one last comment.
Okay. All right.
Ricardo, cheers, guys. I subbed on my YouTube channel. And if you all are watching on YouTube, give this channel a sub. Come back tomorrow. We will be here.
All right. I have one more joke to end us on, okay?
Oh, okay. I'm ready. I'm ready for it.
Okay. This one isn't really a question. It's just a little bit of a statement. I wanted to let you know. Well, I'm going to do two, actually, because I have to.
We have 10 more dad jokes, and then we'll let you go.
It's it was cracked me up. It's like, I have a fear of speed bumps.
Okay.
Speed bumps. But I'm slowly getting over it. In case you don't know what a speed bump is, you're in a different area of the world. It's a piece of road where they've lifted it up so you don't go speeding. So yeah, you have to go over those very slowly. And then where do bad rainbows go?
Okay, where?
To prism. It's a light sentence, but it gives them time to reflect.
Boo.
The dad jokes. So funny.
Before we got started, you said you're going to cringe at these. Do you know me at all? I'm a dad. I love these.
Yeah. I love making the kids crack up at these kind of things.
All right, guys. What are we talking about tomorrow before we head off? We can tell everybody.
We are doing the about pages.
That's right.
So remember, let's pull it up. Let's pull that post up so they know exactly where to go.
Okay.
Because tomorrow we are going to review 2 about pages just like we did last week. So if you want to know what that was like, go to last Wednesday where we talked about the about page for...
Yep.
Oh, I think I even put it in there. So if you click see more, I even linked it. So you'll be able to go back to the other one. But yes, if you go to this one, you'll be able to drop your about pages in the links below. That's how I was able to even find Gabby's for today's thing. So you might even get a lot of research done for you. You never know.
Yeah,
I might use those.
Drop your about page in this post and what is school. And we'll pick those 2 winners tonight and tomorrow. About page Wednesday. Hope to see you there.
And remember, don't gatekeep this. Share this with every schooler that you want to see win, because this might be exactly what they need to start getting more engagement in their school. It might help them with creating content. So,
exactly.
All right. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.